Here's a question you've never thought about before in your life. How are leaders like alarm clocks? Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button wherever you're watching or listening so you don't miss any future episodes. Are you ready? Let's get started. Off and on, over the years, we've done something we call a Mashup series, where we bring together disparate ideas, seemingly unrelated to leadership, with Kevin's then challenge to hook those together, or to mash up that idea, in this case, alarm clocks, and leadership. Now, I want you to send me your challenges. I want you to tell me what you want me or us to mash up, and if you'll do that, put it in the comments wherever you're watching or listening, or just send an email to info@kevineikenberry.com and say, Kevin, tell me about how these two things are connected. And I will do my best to do that. If we do, use it, I'll send you a free gift. So let's talk about alarm clocks. Now, I know alarm clocks are less in vogue now that people use their phones as an alarm clock, or they use their internet speakers and they say, Alexa, wake me up at X amount of time. Like, I know that these aren't around as much as they used to be, but we all know what an alarm clock is, and you may likely have one in your house. I know I do. But there are some things, whether you use them every day now or not, there's some things that we can learn as leaders from alarm clocks. Are you ready? Well, here's the first one. Alarm clocks help us watch time. Okay, duh. We know that alarm clocks help us watch time. That's like one of their number one things. Like, here's the clock, here's the time. But you know what? The best leaders are always time aware, aren't they? I'm not saying that leaders are always in a rush. I'm not saying that leaders might never be late. We're human. But what I'm saying is the best leaders are always time aware, because they know that time is a resource that is necessarily limited, and that how they choose to use their time is of great importance to their success and the success of their teams. Yes, alarm clocks help us watch time, and the best leaders are time aware. Alarm clocks can keep us on task. Specifically, an alarm clock, you set a time, and when it goes off, you wake up and get you back on task. In that case, likely to wake up and go to work, or wake up and take a shower, or whatever. Alarm clocks keep us on tasks, and leaders can help all of us do that too, right? Maybe not with an alarm, but with a reminder, right? Because leaders are time aware, they can be in a position to help people see where they're at, to check on progress, and to not necessarily sound an alarm, but certainly to provide a reminder and to help keep us on task. Alarm clocks are reliable. Certainly now, most alarm clocks are plugged in, and many even have a battery backup in case you lose power, which means they're pretty reliable. It's not like they're going to gain or lose time. As long as they have power, they're going to be reliable. And we want our leaders to be reliable as well, to be able to be counted on day in and day out. As a leader, we need to be reliable like an alarm clock. Alarm clocks are quiet most of the time. Now, there, I suppose, are some old alarm clocks. I had a fold-up alarm clock that I took to church camp when I was a kid, and it was a wind-up, and it kind of always went click, 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 click. But most all of the alarm clocks that we are around, that we notice, are silent, except when an alarm goes off. And you know what? Leaders need to remember that too. We don't need to be talking all the time. We don't need to be constantly chirping and reminding people of things. We need to be quiet probably more than we are. And alarm clocks, while they can sound a signal and while they can give us a reminder, are quiet most of the time. And lastly, alarm clocks come in different shapes and sizes. They can be wind up with bells, they can be plugged in, they can be all sorts of things. They come in all shapes and sizes, and yet they all have the same functionality, right? Leaders come in all shapes and sizes, and I'm not just talking physically, but leaders come with different approaches and different styles, and there are different ways that we can lead and still get great results. Just like alarm clocks can be slightly different, have slightly different features, look a little bit different, we can still get great results from a variety of alarm clocks. And there's no one perfect way to lead either. You might have been surprised that I could connect leadership and alarm clocks, but hopefully now you got a couple of ideas that were reminders for you about how you could be a better leader. And that's why I did this to start with. Let me close with today's remarkable reminder. Leaders like alarm clocks? Yes, they can be aware of time, have ways to keep us focused, and be helpful even when they are quiet. I hope you found this useful, and if you did, I think you would find our weekly newsletter, Unleashing Your Remarkable Potential, useful as well. I'm confident if you like this, you'd love Unleashing Your Remarkable Potential. And so if you want to get that free newsletter, very simple. Click the link that you might see where you are, or just go to kevineikenberry.com/newsletters. And when you're there, sign up for Unleashing Your Remarkable Potential. I hope you'll do that. And I hope to see you back here next week for another episode of Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast.